Kids today got problems like the parents never had. The neighborhoods are dangerous and the public schools are bad. At home there are attractions so irresistible. The hours fly by, no work gets done. Some Jewish kids are trying, some black kids trying too. But millions of real American kids don't have a clue. But right here on the block we've got the answer. It's a product guaranteed to satisfy. Korean parents for sale. You say you're not all that you want to be. You say you've got a bad environment. Your work at school's not going well. Korean parents for sale. You say you need a little discipline, someone to whip you into shape. Well, they'll be strict, but they'll be fair. Just look at the numbers, that's all I ask. Who's at the head of every class? Do you really think that they're smarter than you are? They just work their asses off, their parents make them do it. Now, I'm here all week, don't forget to tip your waitress. Now, when Randy Newman released that song about 2 years ago, it created something of a furore, as you can imagine. But it was also round about the time that Amy Chua was putting the finishing touches to a novel. Have you read this one? Yeah, Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother. Caused a massive furore in America, and just in case you haven't read the book, just to give you an example of its premise is that Amy Chua, who is a Harvard law professor, Chinese extraction, and brought her kids up in the Chinese way, the Tiger Mother way. Kind of things that she did with her kids was she refused, she has 2 daughters, she forced them to play a musical instrument, which is always good, I think, forcing them. Told them that they couldn't have any sleepovers, couldn't take part in school plays. The youngest child drew a Mother's Day card for Amy Chua, and she threw it back at her and said, "Give me another one when you've learned how to draw properly." And then when she forced them to practice every day, she said if they didn't get the practice right, she was going to burn their cuddly toys. So, nice, eh? Now, the incredible thing about this story, I think, is that when the book was published, the Wall Street Journal ran a review of it and also ran a poll and asked people to say, on balance, did you think that the Western, i.e. the American way of bringing up kids was the right way, or should you be adopting the Tiger Mother approach? 62% of the people who completed the poll said that they thought the Chinese Amy Chua way was how we should be bringing up the kids. So this was quite incredible to me. I couldn't work it out, and I was thinking, why has this book tapped such a nerve, and why has it created such an impact? Seems to me we've got 2 reasons for it. The first is the sense that in some way, particularly in America, we feel like we're coming to the end of the Western Empire, and that the 21st century belongs to the East, particularly to the Chinese. But there's another more insidious train of thought, I think, which goes with that, which is this idea that somehow schools aren't working, our schools are failing our kids. Now, I don't happen to believe that's true, but nevertheless, the media propagates this myth, and it's taken root, particularly in America. So the call goes out that we have to measure and compare, we have to tighten up on accountability, and we've basically got to get these teachers into shape, and that we have to have policy which is based on evidence. Now, this was recently summed up by a particularly eminent American educator, like this, you'll hear.
As yesterday's positive report card shows, children do learn when standards are high and results are measured.
So, children do learn when standards are high and results are measured. Or does they? Because it seems to be, where's the connection between standards being high and measuring and kids actually learning? It doesn't seem to make any sense to me, but nevertheless, nobody has questioned this. Children do learn if standards are high and results are measured. So we've got to compare, particularly in England, as you know, we've got these league tables which ends up in one school competing against the other. But not only are we having to now compete internally, we're having to compete externally. We've got to be internationally competitive. And now, of course, we've got a tool for measuring that. You'll all have come across it. It's called the PISA tables. Programme for International Student Assessment Study. Problem is, it has become the thing which drives educational policy. In most Western developed countries now, the whole name of the game is to get further up the PISA league tables. So in England, we've just completely thrown everything up in the air in terms of our educational policies because we've slipped a few places down the league table on PISA. You'll see we've slipped so far down that you can't actually see us on the league table. But never mind. We've now got what I would describe as the kind of Olympics of education which takes place every 2 years. Countries trying to outdo each other on the PISA league tables. Now, I don't know if any of you are planning to go to London next summer for the Olympics, the real Olympics, but can you imagine if you went there and there was only 3 events, you know, like running, jumping, throwing? It would be a bit boring, wouldn't it? Not only that, it would be unfair on the Brits, because as everybody knows, we only do well in events that you can take part in sitting down. It's true. But even if we got rid of PISA, what would we then do? Because I think most people agree that we have to have some measure of accountability. It's just, I think most educators currently feel that these are the wrong measures that we've got that are being foisted upon us. So I want you just to take a minute, just talk to the person next to you and just imagine that you could set your own measures of accountability, that you could judge how you as an educator or how your school could be judged. What would be the criteria? Just take a minute to talk amongst yourself.